Alright, this is going to be my last video for a while on virtue ethics. From this point in the ethics series, I'm going to go on towards meta-ethics and just kind of focus on that. I could do the one on moral saints and then do a defense on moral saints in this book I have here. But I probably will read that much later, but I have a good conception of virtue ethics that I have enumerated in this diagram here, which I'm going to explain. So from this point, from this video onward, I'm going to probably talk about naturalism as well as various other theories in metaethics. So allow me to kind of explain this chart, I guess. Up here we have virtue. Now in the last video I kind of talked about what my conception of virtue is, along with McIntyre, Homer, Aristotle, New Testament, and Franklin. The way I understand virtue is acting by arte and phronesis to be excellent, I guess. Excellent by means of these 6 virtues here. Excellent by means of this towards everybody else in the society, so that we can come towards a eudaimonia of everybody. But the idea of this virtue is not instrumental; it's intrinsic. It's not saying you have a character of these virtues. You develop a character based on these virtues, and then you have eudaimonia. It's not like that. It's an intrinsic in itself. It's for the purpose of being excellent. Is why you're going to act by this. Essentially, so that's what I have written here about what the conception of what I mean by virtue. And then I have 3 columns here: arte, phronesis, and then this part here is the connection between oneself, to everyone else. And not doing any of this will not get you to eudaimonia. You have to open yourself up to others as well as do the arte and the phronesis part. First of all, we have the arte, which means excellence in Greek, and I have written down 6 virtues that I think that all virtue and excellence is reducible to, and that's, first of all, we have beneficence, and that's being good and being generous to everyone around you. The second is justice, which means the way I see it is justice as in everybody will get what is due to them. Depending on what you do in your life, you will receive to yourself what is due to you. If you do bad crimes, you will either get hurt or die or go to jail. Or if you do really good things, if you are beneficent to others, then you will have your due as well. Third, honesty. This is not honesty as in this isn't merely honesty as in lying, but this is honesty as in good faith of Jean-Paul Sartre. That's not lying to yourself either, being who you are. Fourth is courage, being confident and in living as yourself, I guess, and being courageous in who you are. Fifth is temperance, and that's basically not being gluttonous and living within your bounds. Sixth is conscientiousness, which is merely understanding your surroundings and acting accordingly. That's a very vague one, which I think I should probably talk about better, but And then down here we have habitual build-up, a character, I guess, from this excellence. For here we have phronesis, which is practical knowledge, practical wisdom of what, how, of acting by all of this, the knowledge of the inner workings of arete, excellence and virtue, and this connects over to here to habitual build-up in character, and then this also connects to understanding and comprehension of arete and virtue. And in the middle here we have what I would call the Marx-Husserlian virtue ethics, which is phenomenological interpersonal attachment by Marx, Husserl, and Martin Buber. And it's by recognizing our mortality and our sociality. Mortality in that we are all vulnerable to physical and emotional harm. And we have to comport ourselves towards others. Open ourselves up and comport ourselves towards others. Next is engagement in attachment within the I-thou rather than the I-it relation of Martin Buber. And if we do all of these things, then we are able to get to this. But we don't do all these things to get to this. We do all of these things just for the very purpose of being excellent. That's it. This is not a instrumental virtue theory that we're going to do this to achieve flourishing eudaimonia. Eudaimonia is positive value in life that could not have been forethought of, pretty much. And this is just my chart of the way I'm seeing it. This one could not do above things to achieve it. Immersed in acting in arete and immersed in others as others are immersed in you. So I need to make a little line here which says that we don't act by these three things to achieve this. We act upon these things because this arete here and this phronesis are intrinsic values, and we open ourselves up to attachment with others because it's a part of being excellent. It's a part of this virtue of beneficence, and I think it's inherent in being virtuous and being excellent. So this is my chart that I have made out. This is not very typical in virtue ethics. This is what I'm writing about in my book, a lot about actually. It's way more played out it's way more discussed out than this here. But my fourth chapter is basically about the application of phenomenology to ethics, the application of Husserl, Heidegger, and Werner Marx to ethics, and this is what I get. So let me know your thoughts on this.